This is my tarot reading. I'm starting, and this is my first video. I will be doing a general reading, and I'm going to use these two decks because that's the only one that I have right now. I am looking to get some more decks in the future, but for right now, we're starting off with these two decks. This is this type of deck. I believe it's called a Sun Tarot deck, but I'm not 100% sure. The boxes are at home. I'm outside in a park. Get some fresh grounded energy here. And this, again, I think it's called the Divine Tarot, but again, not sure. So I'm just going to shuffle these, lay out the piles to select from, and then we'll get to doing a general reading tarot spread. Okay? Okay, so these are the piles that I just, I shuffled that deck and I took them out by just however they flipped out. Some had more, like this Queen of Swords one and the Queen of Wands one. I just picked whatever I instinctually felt like choosing. Also, before I did the tarot, I always start off with an incantation, praying to my God, which is Allah, and I believe that's everyone's God. But I say the name Allah, and basically this is what I recite. Allah Mia, please allow me to ask the right, specific, and clear questions, and seek and see the clear, right, and specific answers. Okay, so I'm just going to use these cards as your totem based on whatever you pick. I will do a general reading, and you can read those by the time tags in the description box below, or by the way that the YouTube video is divided. Sorry for the noise in the background. People are doing work because it is 11, but there you go. You can pause the video at any time you wish, and you can also pause it right now to give you some more time to think if you don't instinctively feel drawn to something right away. So these are your cards for the 8 of people who selected 8 of Wands. This is your overall card, and I'm just going to explain to you that I put these two together because they fell on top of each other, and I take reverse cards as I feel like I should. So these two came out in reverse. This one also did, but I turned this right side up because of how I felt instinctually. So overall, your reading is based on the 4 of Wands. So I feel like there may be an offering of happiness coming in, maybe a marriage or wedding. But overall, I'm getting a very abundant and happy life type of vibe here. I'm focusing a lot on this gold trimming over here, and the white ring caught my eye first. Also the white rice petals that are flying around them as well. So I feel like it's a lot of pure love and a lot of financial abundance, and I feel more along the lines of a social relationship, like a partner or a wedding and a husband and things like that. But for some people it might be, that's what I feel. And it's a celebration of some sort, of some large abundant happiness coming into your life. So that's your overall energy or vibe, I guess. And then if we come here, we'll go with the Queen of Wands first. So the Queen of Wands is telling me that you're very proactive in your life, and you're a very confident person, and you're kind of moving forward, taking quite large steps at a time. You're making a lot of big moves that are all successful, and you're moving forward step by step with confidence and with success. And this volcano kind of reminds me of like you're leaving things in the past and things that weren't really serving you, or things that caused a lot of trauma. I feel like you're getting over those negative situations in your life and moving forward into the positive, more successful and happier life. Moving on, we can see in the Six of Cups in reverse, it feels like you may have rejected an offering before, but now you might be accepting it because you've reached that pinnacle of happiness in your life. You feel like you're ready to make that decision now, and it feels like you've reached the point where you wanted to reach, so now you're more happy and willing and open to receive that offering that was offered to you before. And again, like I said, your overall vibe seems to be of the marriage type. So this could have been an offering that you rejected before because you were stuck in this negative situation. But now that you're moving on from that trauma, you are moving on with confidence and with assurity and sincerity, and moving on successfully, taking major steps in your life. And that could be one of accepting this previous marriage offering, because you're at a more happier and more satisfied place where you feel like you can accept this offering. And again, this is just kind of details adding on to this one, the Four of Swords, which is like you might have felt like you were tied up in a situation and that things were bothering you with these swords over here, and maybe it prevented you from speaking out the truth that you wanted to say, and kind of also holding you back from saying yes or no. Kind of feels like kind of holding you back from saying no to getting over this situation or this person or whatever this trauma is. It feels more like a situation, like a physical, environmental situation, but now you're free and you're moving on. Over here, I want to talk about the Eight of Swords first. It feels like you're thinking about a lot of major decisions. I feel like you're in a reflective state now instead of just kind of accepting things. I feel like you're thinking about how to move out of those things and how to kind of cook up the life that you want for yourself and how to achieve this goal, rather than just staying in this cave surrounded by these negative elements and thoughts and insecurities and traumas from the past. You're thinking about, how do I get out of this state? And I feel like you've already done most of that thinking, but every single time a major decision comes up, you go back into this reflective thinking where it kind of helps you to move forward more closer and closer to the goal. As you can see, the castle's pretty close to her, but maybe because she's thinking so much, she doesn't realize how close it is. But that's the point, that you're in this reflective state and kind of thinking about how to get out of the situation, and once you've thought about it, you can get closer to that castle and actually get out of this cave. And then the Three of Coins and the Ten of Swords here. Okay, let's see. We're gonna have to read them together, so... Well, Three of Coins is telling me that you're kind of doing your own thing and you're not listening to people. You're leaving, again, it's that whole idea of leaving something behind in the past, something big. And I'm focusing in on this one. It feels like it's like whatever happened to you in the past was cutting into you emotionally and spiritually and psychologically, and really causing you a stagnant lifestyle and preventing you from doing things. But now you're kind of just doing your own thing, and you're happy in that, and you're walking your own path. And because we're reading it with the Ten of Swords, this means that you must have made some sort of big sacrifice. Again, these big decisions that you're making to move forward. And because they are big decisions, of course they hurt, which is why there's like so much blood, and like there's the cut off of the fingertips here, which means that there's some sort of big sacrifice being made here. But that is leading you to walk on your own pathway with confidence and leave this thing behind. Okay, so pile 1, that's your reading. And we're just going to move on to the second one now. Okay, so pile 2, your totem was the Queen of Swords. And that is your overall vibe for the general reading, the Magician. And this is your spread. So pile 1 got a lot more cards. Pile 2 has only 3 cards. And what I do is when shuffling, whatever flips out, I take those. And if nothing happens in like the third try, right, or I'm only getting 1 card or 2 cards, which is what happened in this pile, I'll go 3 times again, or however much I feel is necessary to get a card out. If nothing comes out, then that's just something blocking that energy, or more cards aren't meant to come out. So I will take whatever comes out and read as much detail as I can into those. So you've got 3 cards here, and I'm going to start off with I'll start off with the overall vibe, and then I'll go into the detail of the spread. It depends on instinct, so sometimes I'll read the spread first, sometimes I'll read the overall vibe. Okay, so you've got the Magician for your overall vibe in your general reading. And let's see what I see here. Okay, so I'm focusing on the wand there with the star and the magic coming out of it. So it feels like your dreams are coming true, or is about to come true. I'm also focusing on her earrings here. She's wearing sun and moon earrings, which usually when you wear earrings, you don't wear opposite ones. So it's kind of like you're also coming into harmony with, I want to say, with the universe, and you're much more balanced as a person. You've also put in the hard work with these mice. You've put in the hard work to make this dream come true. And I feel like you haven't put in a long time of hard work. It's just a lot of hard work. And I feel like you've worked fast to accomplish whatever this dream goal of yours is. And it's kind of giving me studying vibes, so maybe you got into the program of your choice, or you're increasing your rank in education somehow. Maybe you're accomplishing a PhD or research or something like that you've always wanted to do, and you're getting the chance to do that now. Yeah, so that is your overall vibe. Now, going to your spread, let's see. So the Empress is calling me in, and again, this is the whole idea of being balanced in harmony, right? It's being in your own power and being in control of the things that are going on in your life, but also being able to go with the flow of fate and the things that come to you and dealing with them in a positive manner. So yeah, I'm focusing in on the roses, and the roses are pink and purple, but I'm focusing more on like they're orangish, like the peach. I'm focusing more on the peach ones and then the purple ones. The red ones aren't really coming into view too much, But the peach ones are definitely telling me that you've kind of grown naturally into, pardon my metaphor, but the flower that you should have bloomed into. So you've bloomed naturally into the best version of yourself that you can be. And I think you still have a little bit more journey, because I feel like these flowers are a little bit still closed off, but not too much of a far journey. I'm also noticing this sun crown behind her, and it feels like she's enlightened. So again, this is this whole idea of education and moving forward in life by fulfilling yourself and accomplishing a goal that actually fulfills your purpose. I'm also seeing this long red flowy dress, so I think you're using your energy wisely and appropriately as needed. You're not being too aggressive about your goal, but you're also not relaxing. You're very balanced about how you go about it, accomplishing it. So you're putting in the work, but it's coming in very quickly, the results. Okay? So, then the next one is Ten of Wands, but let's see. Sure, let's do this one. So the Ten of Wands is, again, this came out in reverse, and I took it as reverse. And Ten of Wands is, I usually see it as a growth. And so if we took it as this, it's like you're kind of growing from, if we took it like this, it's kind of like you're growing from like the death of something, or you're evolving into something more positive. But because it came out in reverse, it feels like you are already in this mind state of positive and balance, and really you're just growing as fate has planned and designed for you. And again, there's that whole idea of natural growth, and you can see like there's little bits of fruits here, like a lot, but they're hidden because of the leaves. There's a lot of dark fruits here, but because you can't really see them, you don't know that they're ready to be picked and they're ripe. So you may not be aware that you are about to accomplish a goal, and perhaps that's why they're hidden. Or it may be that it's been a long time coming since you need to accomplish this goal. I feel like it's the latter. That you feel like it's been a long time since you've wanted to accomplish this goal, and now you're finally accomplishing it, so the fruit is now showing up. The fruits of your labor are kind of ripe enough to be picked now. But yeah, there's definitely this sense of natural growth. There's nothing forced going on in this reading. And then finally, the High Priestess. Again, she's reading a book. She's underneath the moonlight, and she's sitting in a very luxurious and comfortable chair made of cushions, or throne made of cushions. And I almost feel like her dress is kind of like a school uniform or something, because it looks very tidy and like very put together, almost like an air hostess type of thing. But yeah, again, there's this whole element of reaching the pinnacle of your success in terms of knowledge, and the High Priest is usually a balanced person, so there's that as well, that you're very calm and balanced, and you're about to acquire the level of knowledge or do something in your education field that is going to be that's something that emotionally fulfills you and has been a goal of yours for a long time, but also is something very important, I'm thinking, to the field as well. Because I feel like she's sitting on the top of her success or on the top of her career. So of course she's doing something valuable and important where she feels like this as well. And you may have noticed that we've got the sun on this side and then the moon on that side. So again, there's this whole balance of things, and this is the same layout as her earrings. So left we've got sun, and right we've got moon. So again, you're very balanced and you're very harmonized with your, I think, your feelings, but also your actions. Okay, so that's the reading for pile 2. Okay, group 3, so this is your spread, and again, I just shuffled the cards, and whatever flipped out, I took that, and if something didn't flip out but it wanted to come out, I took that as well. This one, I think it was. And again, I just took a look at the cards and felt if they need to be in reverse, I'll leave them in reverse. If not, then I will turn them around. But these are your cards here, and that is your totem, the Queen of Wands, and that is your overall vibe for the reading. So I'm going to start off with the spread, okay? I go whatever I feel instinctually, so I feel like this 5 of Wands is really drawing me in, and then I'll go back to your overall vibe afterwards. Okay, so the 5 of Wands is really telling me that your struggle is over, and all the hard work that you've put in through, all the conflicts that you've been through, all that struggle is over. And it feels like it may have been a lot of conflicts with people, a lot of like power struggle, and getting into arguments with not only co-workers, like superiors and bosses, but also your own family and maybe people who are older than you in your family. I'm seeing like a sibling more than parents, unless your parent is really young, because I'm seeing a younger female figure. What about 25, 26? Maybe the dressing style is of a younger generation, that's why. But that is what I'm seeing here. So I feel like that conflict is over. I feel almost like that person has kind of just accepted your view and learned to move on. So, hold on, there's a spider here. But I think they're still brooding, kind of like the spider. That is so weird that the spider came out in your reading and everyone else's. In the second reading, there were ants coming out like crazy. And now all of a sudden, there's a spider. So, definitely feeling like there is... Where'd it go? Sorry, just had to blow on it to get it out of the screen. But I definitely feel like you've been very patient with whoever this person is and kind of just stuck to your guns, and that can be seen in your justice and this patience card in reverse. So usually the moon is kind of like you're longing for something to happen and you're just patiently kind of waiting it out and not too concerned about it, but you're definitely like not stubborn but persistent in your case. And this justice case is the same thing, where you're kind of standing your ground and telling them, no, back off, and you're willing to put in the fight, as you can see from the sword. You also have the authority and to make that decision as well, as you can tell by this medal. This is kind of like in the olden days, that would be your police badge, you know? So whoever you were having a conflict with, this young female person, they've kind of learned to accept your decision, and they might still be brooding about it on the inside and be, I don't know if, I feel like it's a mix of disappointed and frustration that you're not listening to them, rather than anger or sadness. Maybe there might be a little bit of anger just because this is kind of like a power struggle with someone who's older than you, but know that your patient time has run out, basically. Like, they've accepted it. You don't have to be patient with them anymore and keep on getting into these conflicts and struggles with them at home. And you have stood your ground, and rightfully so, because you really are making the right decision. And that can be seen with your overall vibe card. So the Judgment, to me, it's kind of like reaching the pinnacle of success or happiness in your life. And it's also, because it's a Judgment card, it also means that you're making the right decisions. And I always usually read it as that, like, you're making the right decisions, you're on the right path, and you're almost there. You've almost reached your goal. But this feels like you have reached your goal just because of the spread and this Judgment card in combination with all of this that I've read. So you have reached your goal and your nirvana. And yeah, so the struggle is over, the patient wait is over, and all you really have to do, I feel like you just have to keep on sticking to your ground, so that even when this person does think that, oh, I haven't really accepted it, once they come to terms, because they haven't really come to terms with it, they've more of like kind of just been silenced because of your persistence and your patience and your basically willingness to kind of not continue this constant conflict and argumenting and just stop it in its tracks. Like, you aren't giving it any attention anymore either. So, I mean, unless there's like a really big key argument where you do have to speak up for yourself, then of course you are giving it. But in general, like the small remarks or like the small teasing and all that stuff, or like even like daily arguments, you're not giving attention to those things. Yeah, and you're standing your ground, and I feel like you should keep on standing your ground even when this person comes out of this like semi-acceptance state and kind of tries to create that conflict or struggle again, or kind of tries to tell you what's right or what's wrong or whatever. You should just stand your ground and keep on doing what you've been doing. Okay? Because you're really close to accomplishing your goal. Alright, so that is pile 3, and those are all the readings I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and tune in for my next reading. I might do a poll. I don't know where I would do that because I'm starting right now to do the tarot readings and the uploads and everything, so I might have a poll and I'll let you guys know somehow. I don't know. But we'll see. If I input my Instagram in the bottom description box, you can find it there, and then I might upload a poll onto Instagram or something like that. Okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed your readings, and I hope they were accurate. If they weren't, please let me know so that I do get some feedback on where I might have gone wrong or where I may need to improve on my own chakras and balancing and instincts. If they were accurate, please leave a comment below and let me know what was accurate about them. You don't have to tell all of them, but maybe one thing that you found super accurate. And that'll help me kind of tune into my instinct more and understand information better so that I can convey a more personalized type of general reading to everyone that is watching. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day where you guys are always choosing the right choices to the right path. Bye.